Long ago, when the Earth was young, there lived a special race of humans on the island of Monstar. These humans aged at a very slow rate, living to be at least 800 years old, and could shrug off nearly any wound. These people were known as the Siori, or Immortals. During the final days before the Great Flood, God looked down upon the Siori and saw their unique gifts and abilities to adapt. They had made their own society and were of the purest people the Lord had ever laid eyes upon. Before the flood began, God bestowed upon Monstar Island a barrier to keep them safe, and bestowed upon one of them the gift of the Hand of God. One immortal, each generation, would have the ability to transcend their own limitations and become a holy force of good and justice. However, unbeknownst to the Almighty, the Dark One played his hand in the events and bestowed upon the same individual the sign of the beast. And so it was that any of the immortals could become the hand of God or the beast. It was once said, however, that if the immortal could master both but be slave to neither form, he would become the chosen one, the crowing. Nearly 500 years ago, an immortal named Claudio was destined to become the crowing, but fell into darkness and became the beast. He slaughtered all the other immortals he could find and began to petrify the island. Before it was fully engulfed, a woman named Kira sent her baby boy out to sea. The witches and mystics of the island cursed the boy to lose his immortality if he were to ever fall in love. And so, the boy lived and grew up to be a young man during his 300 years alone in the jungles, before heading into civilization. He became an outlaw, doing only what he wanted for himself and no other. Around 1989, now living under the name James Francis, he was found by a man named Slate, who offered him work in his organization. James was hesitant at first, but began to see the good work Sling would do for small towns, and liked the idea of having fun and killing people. He became the greatest assassin ever known, Death Ghost. Death Ghost was eventually caught and prosecuted by a man named Damien Courts, but was released a year later when Courts' fiancée, Maria McDonald, went missing. Death Ghost was promised his freedom if he found Maria. He did, and during the trip to return her to Damien, they fell in love and had a child. Death Ghost was tricked by a shadowy figure and was killed along with Maria. As he lay dying, the curse of his mortality kicking in, he made Sling swear to look after his son, who was given the title Agent Masker.